So, welcome to the OPC Day Finland 2023. For a change, we are here in Tampere, and it's good to see we have a good number of people, and I think there are still more people coming in all the time. We have a good number of sponsors and a great event again, and first of all, we have great speakers. This year's theme is interoperability for a wider range of applications, which means that OPC is getting more and more useful in more and more applications in the world. And we always hope to talk more about use cases, but of course we have to also explain how the technology is evolving, and that's what this day often is. But we have all the sponsors giving talks also about what they've been doing and what kind of applications are available these days. The OPC Day Finland is organized by the Finnish Society of Automation, and we have this OPC committee that has been running there in the society for 20 years. And I've been the chair for the last almost 10 years or something. And I have a great group of people helping me. Ilkka Seilonen has been the secretary for also these 10 years time. And we have these people, Samuli Bergman from Napcon, Neste Engineering, David Hestbacka from Tampere University, who arranged this place for us here. This is a university location. We have Mika Karala from Valmet, Tommi Karhela from Semantum, Mikko Heikkilä Beckhoff. Mikko is a new member, replaced Esa Kiuru for this year's committee setup. And then we have Tomi Lahti from Nokia. We are at Nokia Arena, so Nokia kind of provides the facilities for us as well, although this is like a university space here. We have Jukka Pirinen from Brightly Works and Veli-Pekka Salo from Vapais, who've been helping me with preparing all this stuff. So with that group, we can organize the topics, and then we have Marko Vuorio and especially Anu Randen Siippainen, who take care of all the practical arrangements here. So they are the ones to thank for the things that everything works today, as I expect. We have already a history. So the OPC committee was set up back in the beginning of the millennium, and we started with some roadshows in Espoo. Then there was a smaller half-a-day session in 2003, but since 2005 we had these full-day events, and already 2005 Matthias Dam was our invited speaker talking about OPC UA. And since then we've been just going on talking about the same thing over and over again, but every year there's something new to tell you about, which is kind of fascinating. Last year we managed to get live again. We had these 2 corona years when we were going virtual, but it's great to see people again, and this makes it more special that we can talk with each other much better here. OPC Foundation catched up the idea. Stefan asked me back then at how can we organize all kind of happenings like this, and I told we have this great Finnish Society of Automation, and he started setting up OPC Day Europe by OPC Foundation already 2011. And then there have been local events and all that, and nowadays OPC Foundation is hosting the virtual events, OPC Day Internationals. And next year I heard there will be a hybrid event planned, so maybe that's going live again. These programs are recorded, all the presentations typically, and they are available from YouTube. The Finnish Society of Automation has a channel, and OPC Foundation has also a video channel where you can find more information about about the technology and use cases and all that. The OPC Foundation is also hosting a podcast where they interview a lot of people from the industry. So you can find those from your favorite podcast marketplace. Today's program is from 9 to 5, full program. We have keynotes from Stefan after me, and then another keynote from Espen Krug about OPC UA energy harmonization before the first break. And during the breaks, you are invited to visit the sponsors and have some coffee, which is served here behind the corner. And after the first break, we have Christopher Lear from VDMA talking about the job management specification. That is a new information model, mostly defined by VDMA or managed by them. And also Peter Rutz is joining us from OPC Foundation talking about the field level communication and field exchange, which is the latest advancement of OPC UA. After that, I'll ask the sponsors to come here at the front, and they can all give you a short introduction about themselves, what they are providing and doing. And then we have the lunch. The lunch will be served in the restaurant of Lapland Hotels. So there's a bit of a labyrinth to get there. But we first go down to the first floor, then we find the elevator on the left to the 4th floor, and the restaurant will be there, and we'll try to guide you there. But so the lunch is not here, but all the coffee breaks are handled here. And then we have Matthias Dam talking about the MQTT enhancements that's been defined during this year and this ongoing project. And after that, we switch on to the more or less sponsored talks where the sponsors can talk about their use cases and success stories, what they've been able to make with OPC UA. So that continues the rest of the afternoon. We have 2 breaks there, 1:40 and 3:10, and we have the final questions and answers around 4:40. But you're always free to ask after each presentation a few questions. We try to keep the schedule. We have this half-hour breaks here and there, so let's see. I imagine we can end well in time. So by 5 o'clock, more or less, we should be finished. Okay, so short intro, what is OPC UA? How is it kind of going to the wider range of applications? Traditionally, we have this application landscape that we are talking about in manufacturing. We have PLC SCADA communication, where OPC started in 1990s with OPC Classic, and with OPC UA we can extend it more towards MES communication, even ERP communication. And typically there we use the OPC UA client-server communication model, which is good for process monitoring, control and orchestration, production orchestration kind of things. But for the last, I think already almost 5 years, there's been the new field level initiative taking OPC UA closer to the field level, and this is happening now as an OPC UA field exchange definitions, and it's using the new communication model, publisher-subscriber model over UDP communication mainly, and then Ethernet APL in practice. Another aspect of the PubSub communication is with MQTT, where the first target is to get to the cloud safely and securely. And for that purpose, there's typically, we imagine there's some kind of an edge gateway that still controls which part of the data goes to the cloud and which not. But this is where the OPC over MQTT can be more useful. But there's another use case which I think is getting more popularity, is to use MQTT also within the factory communication to provide more scalability. If we imagine a world where there will be tens, hundreds of thousands or millions of components that have an OPC UA capability in future, how do you make them all communicate with each other in some controlled way? So this pops up strategy might be easier to handle than the client server, which requires communication setup between all the parts. So that's the kind of introduction what the presentations will be about. We have the field exchange and MQTT presentations, and then we also have the information model explanations, which tell how the models are used still more or less within the client-server communication, but in future also hopefully within the PubSub communication model. So with that, I'm almost already in time. So thanks to all the sponsors, we can have this day happening, and more about them later. But now I'll introduce Stefan to the stage. So Stefan is the president of OPC Foundation and a big enthusiast of Finland and snow and winter. So welcome.
Good morning.